What if I told you Manchester United's draw against Burnley was less about bad luck and more about finally breaking free from a tactical trap? Interim manager Darren Fletcher's switch to a four-man defense didn't just expose Rúben Amorim's flaws, it showed us hope. But here's the twist, this match wasn't just about formations, it was about finally letting United's players breathe. Imagine Bruno Fernandes unleashed, Shea Lacey hitting the post, and Sesko scoring twice, all because Amorim was gone. The echoes of Amorim's so-called genius are fading, and the truth is out. Manchester United's away match against Burnley marked interim manager Darren Fletcher's first game with a four-man defense, and it exposed the absurdity of Rúben Amorim and his supporters. I predicted a four-back formation but cautioned against expecting a win without a proper attacking focal point, relying more on luck. Without luck, a draw was likely, and the result was indeed a draw. An early own goal and the unfortunate performance of the young number 61 Shea Lacey, despite his promising moment in the 84th minute, sealed the outcome. However, this attack perfectly showcased the effectiveness of the 4-2-3-1 formation in stretching play to both wings, something the previous 3-4-3 lacked. Amorim's supporters might argue that under the 3-4-3, bad luck also led to failures. Missing a penalty isn't bad luck, it's poor execution. Today's goal came from a deflected cross. Now that's bad luck. As a Manchester United fan, you can't use such excuses to criticize the team. Another argument from Amorim's camp is that it's the same old 2-2 draw. These are matrix-like arguments. Today I dismantle Amorim's echo chamber. Open your eyes and see. Compare today's attacking organization to what was produced under Amorim's 3-4-3. In the 3-4-3, Bruno Fernandes got injured because he had to cover box-to-box duties. With four defenders, Fernandes is freed to operate near the edge of the box, dictating play and breaking down defenses. The 3-4-3 had only two central midfielders. With Fernandes being one, how could he focus on creativity? Now, with one less defender and an extra midfielder, two defensive midfielders and two guardians behind allow him to confidently push forward and create. Despite the draw, the edge of the box passing broke down defences. Earlier in the game, there was a classic 4-2-3-1 move, leaning towards one side, delivering a through ball near the left wing focal point, and a 45-degree cut into the box nearly resulted in a goal. Even without luck, the chance was there. When Amorim arrived, I immediately said Fernandes would lose his position. Now, with Amorim gone, Fernandes is thriving, reminiscent of David Silva. People will start liking Fernandes again. The switch to four defenders immediately unlocked defences faster than a jab. The team can play. Even without the African trio, they produce such moves. Amorim's 3-4-3 couldn't. The players were always capable, but Amorim's system limited them. Can't you see Fernandes is the most creative player in the team? Forcing him into a central midfield role for the 3-4-3 stifled creativity. Without creativity, all that's left is aimless long shots. Today, despite numerous shots, there were no wasteful ones, except for Matheus Cunha's forced attempt. Others were purposeful and organized. Some argue today's attacking positions are similar to the 3-4-3, but look carefully, the effects are different. Previously, achieving today's positions required tactical adjustments. Now they're naturally assumed. The biggest difference is the reduced defensive burden on the wingers. They don't need to constantly track back, allowing more focus on attack. Today's assists and comeback goal reflect this. Occasionally, wingers must track back if the opposing fullback advances, but rotations reduce the need. The 84th minute shot that hit the post exemplifies this theory. This is the primary attacking effect of the 4-2-3-1. Maximizing wingers' time up front, reducing defensive duties and conserving energy for attack. Constant tracking back limits their ability to stay forward. Temporal constraints prevent primary attacks. 5 defenders cannot prioritize attack. Today, with more forward presence, the quick transition attack in the 14th minute showcased this. The winger stayed forward, received the ball and launched the attack instantly, utilizing the width and depth created by the formation. The ability to switch play is another key condition for primary attack. utilizing the full width, stretches defenses, creating one-on-one opportunities like Shea Lacey's shot that hit the post. With 5 defenders, such quick attacks wouldn't happen. The 3-4-3 relied on wingbacks pushing forward, which is less efficient than today's positioning. Additionally, the left-footed winger thrives on the left. Under Amorim, he was often deployed on the right, telegraphing his moves. Today, on the left, his deliveries were quicker and harder to predict. Even interim manager Darren Fletcher understood this. Can't you, Amorim? Though I'm not a United fan, I despise foolishness. Just as I was frustrated with repetitive tactics under Barcelona's former coaches, I'm equally passionate about dismantling such nonsense in football, regardless of the team or person. I'm amateur, unlicensed. You're licensed, yet blind. Don't lie. You still think Amorim is better? Compare. Last time against Burnley at home, Burnley hadn't improved. United's goals came from long balls and penalties, ugly and reliant on luck. Today, Burnley has improved, but United, without the African trio, produced clean, organised goals. Who scored today's crucial goal? Sesko, immediately. I spoke about Sesko's potential when he joined. It would only materialise after Amorim left. Sorry, but I was right. After that guy left, Sesko scored twice. Why couldn't Sesko score under Amorim? Because the chances created were all high crosses and headers. Today, notice how all high balls were ineffective, too difficult. Ground passes broke down defences. Even the second goal, a cross, was delivered at waist height, not an ultra-high ball. Previously, against packed defences, only high balls were used. Amorim only knew that. Today, the 4-2-3-1 produced ground play, creating real chances, and Sesko scored. Good structure creates chances. Strikers naturally score. Amorim leaves, and this guy scores. Sesko thrives on ground play, primary attack and ball control. That's why I said he'd only shine after Amorim left. Other players have also improved. Despite missed set pieces, all goals came from open play. Today's events debunk previous expected goals data. Those high difficulty chances from the 3-4-3 were deemed statistically probable. What's the use if they couldn't be converted? Without the 3-4-3, these chances were converted. Goals were scored. Goals matter more than stats. Instead of judging team organisation by goal numbers, use them to assess individual player abilities. Study their shooting positions and conversion rates. Stop misusing stats. Today's improved finishing proves the current organisational direction is correct. Despite the draw, there's real hope only visible after Amorim's departure. Today's organised attacks broke illusions. They aren't despairing about United's future, they're despairing about their own predicament because their beliefs were lies, falsehoods, illusions. Like discovering the Matrix's truth, some people despair when they lose their matrix-bound hope. The only issue today was Matheus Cunha's inability to adapt to the four-man defence's wide role. He doesn't like stretching play or making runs without the ball. Occasionally, he drifted wide and cut inside, but it was forced. The only time he made a meaningful run, Fernandes delivered a through ball, breaking the defence. Yet Cunha couldn't capitalise. After Cunha was substituted, young number 61 Shea Lacey performed better in the wide role. Conclusion: Lacey isn't better than Cunha, but his correct positioning showcased the 4-2-3-1 strengths. Positioned correctly, he outperformed Cunha. Cunha's habit of occupying central spaces burdens the team's defence. He should help Diogo Dalot defensively by staying wider, not lingering centrally, overloading Casemiro. Casemiro must cover the middle and shift right to support Amad Diallo. This led to the first goal conceded. The opposing fullback advanced, and Cunha didn't track back, leaving Casemiro with too much ground to cover. Casemiro, too, has suffered under Amorim. At his age, playing box-to-box in the 3-4-3 is unsustainable. Today's pressing wasn't a blind spot, but Casemiro's weak pressing left his zone exposed. The first goal went through his position. After he was substituted, United conceded no more. The second goal also passed through his zone, but it was a collective defensive issue, mainly a coordination problem. Amorim's supporters might argue conceding through the middle isn't new. It happened in both the 3-4-3 and the 4-2-3-1. My response: given the current defensive limitations, I'd still prefer 4 defenders. Why? It unleashes attacking potential. 4 defenders can concede, but 5 defenders guarantee concessions without the same attacking threat. I'd rather have 4 defenders that can break down defenses, even if they concede, than 5 defenders who still concede without offensive output. Initially, Jurgen Klopp's Liverpool prioritised attack, gradually improving the defence to win titles. Strong teams shouldn't add more defenders due to defensive weakness. It's counterproductive. Focus on attack. Strong teams must attack, know how to slow down, and handle packed defences. They can't rely solely on speed, especially in European competitions, which demand stamina management. Amorim's 3-4-3 could only play fast. His supporters like the 3-4-3 for its fast pace, reminiscent of Alex Ferguson's era. But 4 defenders can also play fast or slow. Ole Gunnar Solskjaer's 4-defender system was extremely fast. Ferguson also used 4 defenders. Why can't 4 defenders be fast? If you like fast play, structure doesn't matter. Anything can be fast. Amorim's 3-4-3 could only play fast, not slow. You like superficial beauty without substance. Don't let Amorim deceive you. This guy left United happily. You know he's disloyal, yet you support him. Shameful. When Erik Ten Hag was sacked, he was devastated, hiding in his car. Today's standout player is Lisandro Martinez, whom Ten Hag bought. Thankfully, Ten Hag signed him, allowing the return to ball control play. Sesko couldn't perform under Amorim. Immediately after Amorim left, Sesko scored twice. Fernandes, injured under Amorim, thrived in today's 4-2-3-1. Amorim harmed the team. Some say Amorim's departure hasn't changed much. After all, it's still 2-2. But today, away against a compact Burnley, Amorim wouldn't have scored 2 ground play goals. Others criticise Fletcher for substituting Fernandes after scoring twice, allowing Burnley to equalise. Fernandes just returned from injury. Don't overwork him like Amorim did. Mason Mount replaced Fernandes. How is that conservative? Today's failure to win, aside from bad luck, stems from Amorim's 3-4-3's lingering effects. The team lacked stamina in the second half. I've said it before. Amorim's high-intensity play in the first half leaves the team exhausted in the second. Taking away the exhausted players leaves a mess. The aftermath of Amorim's chaos persists. Some say even a win today wouldn't justify celebrating. I say Amorim wouldn't have won. He can't break down defenses and relies solely on stamina. With stamina declining and no luck, Amorim would have lost. Firing him and securing a draw is damage control. Those still praising Amorim are either ignorant or malicious. I don't believe anyone could still be that foolish. Show your support and love for the channel by leaving a comment, liking and subscribing. It means the world to us.